We're getting in this. We are getting in this. First off the bat, plastic pocket challenge. Damn, that was only a couple seconds. I just started the show. Let's get into it, shall we? Shall we? Here we go. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. Give me that shine, y'all. Give me that shine. I get to wake up and I get to be blessed, man. I have totally forgot about my blessings, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get out. We need this pocket challenge, but fresh, yes. It started to feel better as soon as I fucking, not because I did the show, but because I'm alive. Like, I don't know how else to say that, but like, I just started feeling better, man. I've been doing these mushrooms, and today I'm thinking I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna do like the first 3 days of the week, 3 days on, 3 days off, kind of microdosing this morning, and still doing the workouts. But this morning, I did something different, and it changed my day, my life. I don't even want to underestimate this, but literally, or as they say in England, seriously, lad, seriously, dude, I fucking found it, man. This guy with his airplane, I can hear him up there. Must be nice. I found it. I found the mental switch that I was looking for, and it wasn't through a mushroom, or maybe it was because the mushroom, maybe it was because the acid, maybe it was because of the drum circle, but most importantly this morning, it was me talking to myself. Without my cell phone, for the first 30 minutes of waking up, no lie, bro, I didn't grab the phone just to check the time, and then I checked the time, then I checked my messages, then I started jumping on the social media. I didn't do it that way. No, seriously, I for reals didn't do it that way this morning, and it feels so good, bro. Like, it feels different. What was that? Oh, it's a part of a tennis ball. I'm like, what the hell is this? Throw this away and have this conversation with you guys. Here's what happened, man. I am literally resetting my brain. Like, this is no joke. I've literally reset my brain, and I'm going to teach you how to do it too. So this is going to be a big show this morning, because it's important that you have control over your brain. Without control of our brains, let's just get into it real quick. Let me grab my morning motivation. I'm already motivated now. I already got a like. Someone's already watching and liking. So here's the motivation. Mostly saints, halo and horns. Let's get into it, shall we? So I'm here, stretched out a little bit, feeling in my back. Oh yeah. Let's get into it, shall we? The thought, because I'm translating thought, right? I'm translating thought to people, and what I do is I fixate. All right, now holler at me when you know about addictions truly, but I remember Joey Diaz saying something, the comedian. Saying he didn't even need to do the coke. He just needed to know that the cocaine was in his house. It made him feel more comfortable because he knew that he had his source of happiness, right? He knew that all he had to do was go home, and just knowing that if he could go home, he could have that happy made him feel more comfortable. How many of us are like that? How many of us are like that? Like, as soon as we know we're off of work, we can go masturbate's one of them. Look at these plastic pocket challenges that we don't normally do. Like, even if you're not hungry, you can do boredom eating, you know? Even if you're not still, you know, you can stay busy, right? Like, these alternatives is the question I'm talking about. This is going to be some real earth-shattering shit right here. Let me pick up some more trash. Water bottles are also plastic. All this plastic. Got plastic pockets already. Full plastic pockets. So let me get out of this direct sun real quick. So what happens when I fixate, I want to explain this correctly so people can get something out of this. I want them to really take this message in. You know, I'm always doing the morning motivation. I'm always trying to improve people's mentality. Mental health matters. And for the last 6-8 months, what is it, October, 10 months, I've been depressed. I lost a child 10 months ago, the beginning of this year, because of my attitude and a broken relationship. And as I looked at it, right, I'm doing all the studying. I'm looking at all the male chauvinist shit. You know, these guys are blowing up all over there, from Fresh and Fit to the Tate Brothers to Richard Cooper, these alpha males, whatever show they want, red pill, blue pill, I don't know, man. I'm not really keeping track of the agenda or the politics. What I am learning is about the psychology. It's what I love, you know? I love to get psychologically aware, especially of myself. You know, like, what the fuck was I doing? And what I'm really doing is I'm fixating. I am literally only caring about the outcome. I didn't care about the process. I kind of zone in. I don't care how many hours I have to put in. I don't care what the work is. I just want to get it done. And in that, I forgot to enjoy the process, right? We're just so concerned about how we feel and not how we process. So if I get up in the morning and I start to process, you know, the news, the social media, what's missing in my life, I start that process of thinking of lack. I start the process of, oh, what I don't have, right? And in that activity, I am literally, seriously forgetting my blessings. I am literally forgetting the things that are working for me. So while I'm busy crying about my missing baby, my end of a relationship that I was in love with, the heart is breaking. What I forgot to mention is what I've survived. What I have forgot to mention is what I have. Now, for most people, we don't want to practice gratitude. We don't want to practice the actual concentration instead of the fixation. We'd rather bitch, moan, and complain, right? And like my spiritual mentor, Terry Prince, love you, bro, talked about, he said, I don't complain. Now, I've said it for years, I'm not allowed to complain. Then this happened, I thought, well, I lost a child, I think I'm due for some complaining. And even as I am complaining, I go with the ball. I'm gonna go kick that ball. We feel a rush, right? We feel a certain buzz when we're arguing with people. I know I do. I wasn't even really listening to listen. I was listening to be heard, or I was talking to be heard. Now, you can talk to your blue in the face, but just like when I just had lunch with my brother, he can be polite, but as soon as I said something like, here's my goal, you didn't even ask, he gets upset and goes, check, please. Pew. And just like that, my brother tuned out. Now, I was telling him what my goal was, but because I said something snotty or snooty right before it, right? Pew. Give this to the kids. Let me pick up some more trash. There we go. Now and later, you bastards. Pick it up now, not later. Okay, anyway. So, would I, smoking by weed or jumping back into the habits, right? One of the bad habits that I have, I didn't realize, besides for anger, besides for smoking weed, besides for masturbation, right? I feel so much stronger not masturbating. Like, dude, it is such an addictive thing to want to be able to pleasure yourself. If you do these things, play on the phone, masturbate, overeat, You are showing your dopamine addiction. You don't want to admit it, but I do. That's what Saints Addiction's all about. I rapidly admit it up front, my weaknesses and my issues. I feel like if I announce it to people, I'm supposed to cancel my subscription. The way I cancel my subscription to my issues is by putting some light and flipping that shit, right? I forget. How many of us forget our blessings? How many of us forget the basics? And just like my little monkey mind will tell me, it'll be like nothing else is worth it because you're missing one thing, right? It didn't matter what was in the box or what the present was. If it didn't have a blue bow or go my way, I was kicking it out of the bed. Literally kicked her out of my bed. And I watch the shows. The dudes are like, don't date single moms. Don't date chicks that talk about their ex. Don't date chicks that don't have good relationships with their father. Don't date chicks that don't have custody of their children. Vet women better. Make sure they earn it. Start talking about marriage and moving in only after a year that you've known the person, once you've seen their shadow side. And part of it, obviously all of it makes sense, but part of me was just like, I'm desperate to be in love, right? I thought I was in love. Like, I still love her, dude. I don't have to think. I know when I'm in love, right? I've had plenty of women, plenty of relationships, plenty of exposure to this thing called love in this game called love. And when I'm learning to love, right, and learning the hard way, I felt that my hard way was developed by me. Hear me out. Because I'm only thinking about what's missing. I am fixated on what's not there. Maybe it's my competitiveness. Maybe it's my perfectionness. Oh, wow, look at that cloud. It's just raining right over that mountain ridge. How cool is that? A little dragonfly on top. And when that happens, I don't know if you do this too. Catch yourself if you do. I'm swearing on a stack of Bibles. It's almost the same as the meal comes and you go, where's my drink? Or where's the fork? Or where's these things that I don't have, right? And instead of, boom, I'm outside. Boom, I'm eating. Boom, I'm with my friends and not in prison. Like, these real thoughts, dude, like, are really pushed back to the back of my brain because I'm going like, this steak's not medium rare or something like this. I don't know. My brother did it. He was complaining and then left a bad tip and then told me he left a bad tip. It's like he was doing a food review and I'm just enjoying my time. How many of us do that? How many of us forget to enjoy our time and then we become critical of ourselves? Yeah, sure, I'm here, but my hair's not right. Or I don't like that dress. Or I don't like the way that feels. Or, we start picking apart, kicking, they used to say, blowing the candles off the cake. You're supposed to be celebrating your life. And instead I'm like, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. It's happened to me multiple times. Where I could have chilled the fuck out and enjoyed myself instead of being critical and picking it apart. Because I literally fixate on what didn't work, you feel me? What's not working, I start taking the shine off of things, right? Like the shine's on me now. If I start bitching, it goes away from me. It goes to the shadow side, it goes to the dark side, and it goes to that negative, depressive behavior. Oh my God, look at the fucking cloud over this one. It's all over. Raining just straight over the mountains. How cool is that? This other one looks like a nuclear bomb. That's us. Cloudless, rainy, boom. Like, we just don't see it. We'll get fixated on the one. I'm looking at this cloud. It's raining. It's big. That means I didn't see the two, the other cloud that's over the mountains raining is big. That means I didn't see the three, the nuclear bomb that's going over here. And for sure, I didn't see the crystal clear blue skies over here because I was fixated. Myopic. The optic of one eye, myoptic, versus bioptic, the two eyes making the vision that you normally see in your eyes. You're seeing the combination of a left and right organ, a vision, a perspective, and some of the dichotomy that this is part of it. Like, I didn't want it to be a part of my life. I didn't want losses. I didn't want negativity. I didn't want bullshit. Just like you, all of us, nobody wants suffering. Nobody's in that line going, yeah, give me a little more suffrage. No, we want prosperity. We want love. We want care. We want happy, you know? And what do? We give ourselves fake happy. We go, well, check it. We're going to push that feeling back. Again, fixation. Push that back and just tell ourselves things. We'll tell ourselves things like, you know, as long as I don't know, make certain XYZ a month, I'll be okay. And it's like a secret whisper in our ears. We do it. It's Monday. Most people had to get up and go to work and tell themselves, well, I need to go to work so that way I can feed my family, right? I'm over here forgetting that I've been able to feed myself and spend time with my family and have a roof over my head. Sure, I'm sleeping on mom's couch, but at least mom's alive. At least I get to have meals with her. At least I get to have conversations with her. At least I'm not out on the streets. How many of us forget that? How many of us are complaining about our meals? When I was talking to my buddy and I said, yeah, but if we were in jail, you'd eat it. And he was like, yeah, well, I would. You know, when you have no power, you forget how powerful you are. You forget that you can initiate yourself. You know, I sat there this morning, and of course, every morning, you know, the morning wood, and I want to fixate on that, and it's just who I am, or it's what I told myself that I am. But what I really told myself is this conversation with yourself, bro. It's the morning time, and before I pump myself, and I could almost feel it drain the dopamine from me as soon as I picked up the phone. I don't know if you can feel it. It's really soft sensations. I think the triggers of it is that the addictions tend to speak louder than the softness of what we're supposed to be doing, right? It's really weird, I know, but all of a sudden, especially like when I want an ice cream, it becomes such a rapid, louder voice in my head. Like, I'm not even finished with my food and I need more dopamine. You know, the addiction is real. I'm like, you know, what's for dessert? You know what I'm saying? Didn't even let the food settle. I'm the type of person that loves food so much, I'll talk about food while I'm eating food. And that's us, right? We dangle carrots in front of ourselves instead of seeing the carrots that we already have. It's really rocked me this morning. I'm trying to explain to people, this has really changed my brain because I'm on some, you know, dude, I've been some places around the world, right? I'm hanging out with the new friend Kristen in the wheelchair. She just moved into town. We're at the drum circle. And I told my homie, he was talking about, I said, man, one of my friends, Dominic, is a quadriplegic. And this is my friend Sergio. And he was, you know, he's a massage therapist. He's talking to me. Thanks for the massage, bro. Appreciate a real person that knows how to massage. Anyway. And he's weird. He's wearing his rent fair shit, and he's from Romania, and he just kind of looks weird, talks weird, and people don't know what to make of him. He's different, right? But I like different. He's still a human, and in his differenceness, he was like, it's a trip, right? That we get a walk. And I'm looking over him like, bro, you have no idea. When I was over at Dominic's house, right, I got to walk away. Now, I got to walk away. Like, it's like walking away from a car accident. I got to walk away. I didn't get arrested, right? Like my situation, I didn't hit anybody, right? I don't think of the things that went right? My brain always wants to be critical and beat myself over the head and calculate what went wrong. I'm very abusive like that. I'm critical with my friends like that. This is the perfectionist in me. It's like, why are you chewing so loud? You know, like, dude, I can hear you chewing from across the street, my poor best friend. I'm critical of him. Like, we're going to spend a lot of time together. Can you just not chew so loud? And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever done that. I'm sure I'm not the only one that kind of ruffled my feathers like a hen and pushed everybody back a little bit, and I'm ruffled. I'm scuffled. I'm fixated on the thing instead of the blessing. And I think that's what's really the saintly part of it, just to be real with you, is the able to, one, motivate yourself, because that's going to be huge. You're going to impress yourself. You're going to impress yourself that you don't have to be a victim to your patterns, right? You don't have to stay fixated on the thing that's giving you suffering, and you can choose now. The motivation up in the air. Let me get some shine on this. You can choose now, right now. Where's that sun? You can choose right now to choose to be grateful. It's such a powerful tool. You know, knowing that the happiness is inside me, that it's a choice, means that I've been choosing the latter. I've been so upset, borderline suicidal, calling the suicide hotline. Nobody cares. I got no friends. What was me this whole time? And what I didn't do is say, man, I'm really grateful. Like, could it have been worse? Yeah, it could have been worse, man. You could have been arrested. You could have hurt somebody. You could have really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you fucked up, but I was already feeling like a fuck up because I didn't get the baby. I didn't get what I wanted. I wanted to throw a fit. But what I really got was awareness. I got to see myself under pressure, and somebody that's a perfectionist to be critical of that man and say, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. As long as I don't feel attacked, I don't attack back. I felt really justified. I felt good about myself that I didn't hit a woman. Like, in the worst scenarios, I'm not my father. I don't hit women. And I'm grateful for that. I might argue with them. They might annoy me, and I might not trust them. These are my own issues, you know? And that's what we're going to see. You know, you see in the woman, oh, this is going to be a headache. Guess what you just developed? A headache. And if we're going to believe that everything's just negative, right? Guess what we're going to get? The negative. And that's something people just don't seem to switch, right? We have the ability to switch. We have the ability to fucking look at a situation and go, at least I'm still breathing, right? I mean, for reals right now, think about the basics, bro. The basics are, at least I'm still breathing. At least I'm still alive. At least I'm still walking. This poor girl's on a wheelchair. This other buddy's a paraplegic. I'm showing up into his life because I'm giving him a weed swag bag. I ain't seen him in a long time. But guess what he's doing? He's still there. I'm like, the worst case scenario is that you have your brain, but you don't have your body, I think. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody that wishes to be a quadriplegic. It's just not on the wish list. And I'm over here smiling, talented, forgetting that I've been places, that I have friends around the world. Sometimes I'll talk to a friend and go, it's like meeting Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Again, at the same place, and taking the picture again. And I'm just going like, me and Mike Tyson, man, again, in the same spot. I would have missed this. I would have missed this opportunity if I killed myself. I'm going to tell you some powerful shit this morning because it is the morning motivation, and I want you to get this, and I'll do more on the show, but quit tomorrow. I'm serious. Quit tomorrow. Promise yourself you'll quit tomorrow. Promise yourself you'll just quit tomorrow. Not today. Not today. Not now. Not under this circumstances. But the delay. Yes, we all feel like quitting, but the ability to delay that feeling, to delay the measurements, to step back from the stress and say, I'm still blessed. You know, you're sure this might not be working out right now. This isn't going in my favor. But the big but erases everything in front of it. But I'm still alive. But did you die? Get what I mean? Like, but seriously, but did you die? And it's so powerful to say. It's very sarcastic, you know? It's very cheeky to say something, yeah, but did you die? It's too much sarcasm in it. It has no affection in it. But are you still alive? Are you still breathing? I don't know what the fuck he is. He's not breathing. That was nasty. Are you still alive? Are you still able to walk on your own fruition? Did you die in that motorbike accident? Did you die in that car wreck? Are your parents still alive? You know what I'm saying? Like, are your family still alive? Did I still get to have lunch with my brother? I get fixated that he wants to untag himself. I get fixated that he wasn't nice about it. He's not very loving. I get fixated. But my whole first goal was to just have lunch with him. Do you get what I mean? Goal number one achieved. Goal number one is achieved, bro. Look at him. Yep. Yep. Good dog. Good dog. He's just doing his job. Yeah. Good job. Too cool. And that's what we do, dude. We can look at it as a barking dog, or we can look at it as a dog that wants to play. And look, with the ball in his mouth, like, I want to play. I want to play so much, I got a ball in my mouth. So when we get to do things like that, dude, when we get to choose the way we view things, the way that we process it all, it's amazing. Me, I've been like, oh man, girls are intimidating and I don't want to talk to them, and it's too much energy. The relationship, I'm not feeling sexual. I want to be mated, pair bonded like I was before. I don't like hop, short-term relationships. I don't like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am scenarios. I want to enjoy the whole thing. And again, like the whole meal with the dessert. And if I'm going to get the whole meal and the dessert, you got to take your negativity and your positivity. Hear me now? Feel me now before I wrap up the show. You have to weigh it all out. With the fixation, we forget. That's what the title of the show is. With the fixation, we forget all the blessings. I know I do all the time. I am like, yeah, my buddy was, yeah, but you've been all over the world, bro. Like, you've been to China. You're over here talking to me about Thailand. I walked past this girl. She said Brazil. I said, what's your name, girl? Come here. What's your name? You went to Brazil? Where'd you go? Me too. Rio, Sao Paulo, other places. I've been there. I could tell the stories. It kind of lights me up, but then I get fixated and I don't have my child. I don't have the baby that I've always wanted my whole life. I don't have the relationship, the wife and family that I've always desired. I just blew it. And me sitting there on my own ass, on my own grind, saying, you blew it, you big piece of shit. You're not worthy to be a father. I forgot that I've been a teacher. That's what I was explaining to the girl. She said, you're horrible at explaining things. I'm like, bitch, I've been a teacher. I've explained many things to many people, like how to pick up the fucking trash. What is this rock over here too? Hold on. Let me get some trash real quick, just because I can see it. If you can see it, you can pick it up. If you can see it, you can make it. You feel me? This is scamming calls. Get off my show. If you can see it, you can if you can see it, you can walk to it. Look at this fucking rock, bro. Let me keep this. Look at this rock, bro. Who left the colorful rock? The fixation when we don't see. I'm gonna keep this thing right here. I'm gonna do another lap, let it cool down. How cool is this? This got pink, green, whatever. Out of all these rocks, there was one that's spray painted. And that's us, fixated. We forgot what was still awesome, We bitch about our bills. We bitch about what's not right. And in those moments, we start kicking out all that's bright, all that's awesome, and all that is lovely. Even for the bad adults that burp out loud and, I've been there. I spit too. I got snot coming out. We're human, I am judgmental. I am critical. I am a perfectionist. And because of that, I've been able to kill all of my awesome. Oh, she's not a perfect enough wife. She's what the fuck, the slinky? She's already got 2 kids, right? She's overweight. She's argumentative. I picked her apart. But most importantly, she's loving. Do you know what I'm saying? She's happy. She was cool. We got along. We both smoked weed. We both made love 3 times in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that and then some. And that's the stuff that I forgot. That's the stuff that I fucking just fixated on. And that's also my 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to just sink it in. It's a hell of a show because it's a hell of a concept. Most motherfuckers, they're not concentrating on the right thing. And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Have a good one. Dogs on shirts on Instagram. Yeah, I print all your dog shirts. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, no doubt. Have a blessed day. Yes. Where are you going? You going this way or this way?
I'm going that way.
All right. I just don't want, he's active, I want to be able to explain difficult subjects. It's not easy when you're trying to process, I could process literally on her face, don't be critical of my dog. It's almost like you're being critical of me. And we do those things. We become critical. I'm making an assessment. I'm like, you got a big dog. He's been barking the whole time. He's barking right now. He's a German Shepherd. You're going to be disassociative to things. You'll be like, yeah, but he's my dog. And I'm like, yeah, but he's a big dog, dude. He's not even a medium-sized dog. Big dog. And when you're around other people, they're like Great Danes. My friend had a Great Dane. This is a big dog, dude. Literally putting her lap on my lap like she was trying to fuck me. And I'm like, get your dogs. Why is your dog putting her ass at my crotch? Anyway, we do those things and we do them all the fucking time, dude. We do it all the time, and there's no other sense to it. That I'm like, man, the moment that I do this is the moment that I give up all the things that are blessed to me, all the things that matter the most. That my mom's still alive, I still have my life. I remember distinctly fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, not only from suicide, but like fighting for my life. You know what I mean? Like literally I was going like, if I don't get up this morning, I won't be able to do my pull-ups. If I don't go to work, I won't be able to eat. I'm quitting tomorrow. Today sucks so bad. I got to call a suicide hotline. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. These kind of things. These are the things that I end up engaging in my mind, and I end up closing things off. And I just was like, bro, if only I could concentrate. If only I could stay aware of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I just lose it. I lose myself in an emotional, fixated world. I only do the thing that's in my head. I'm just like in my own zone. I don't fucking process what was awesome. Right now I'm watching two people walk towards me, right? They're just walking and they're cool. But do we ever say that at least I'm walking with someone? Do you know what I mean? At least I'm walking with someone, bro. At least I'm walking with somebody and not alone. Or at least I'm eating and not in prison. At least I got a roof over my head and not this other thing. I have to train my brain to flip the saint's addiction instead of fixating on the addiction and fixating on the things that aren't right. And Mr. Perfectionist and ego, and I gotta look a certain way, and my logo's gotta be straight, to the other guy that at least you're trying. At least you got off your ass. Shit, man, I haven't done my pull-ups yet, but at least I walked, bro. At least I got out into the sunshine and didn't masturbate and didn't smoke a cigarette and didn't drink today. We don't calculate. We don't give ourselves any sort of shots, dude. It's all just like, you're not making enough money, my tits aren't big enough, there's so many calculations that we do to ourselves that just don't make sense. And that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting there going like, I want it to make sense to me. Another plastic. I want it, and this one's like 5 yards away. I want it to make sense to me. I want to be able to live my life fully and completely. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say, yo, what would I love for my day to look like? Do you ever do that? What would it feel like for me to have the way that I want it to be? Oh, I would have kissed that girl. Oh, I would have got braver and talked to that girl. It would be a lovely night if we had a lovely conversation. And I can develop that now. Instead of, oh, she might not like me. I'm not tall enough. I don't have any money in my bank account. I'm not emotionally available. I just went through a whole trauma. That guy shows up. That guy's sucking. And he's blowing it, bro. He's blowing it and I'm blowing it. Been blowing it for the last 10 months, not gonna lie. Because I just didn't calculate the awesome. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't calculate how awesome some of the other things are. Sometimes I sit there and I get to go, at least I got to do this. At least I got to live the day. At least I got up. At least my mom's alive. At least I'm looking, I'm searching in my head. At least I've been places. Some of us, we don't have shit. We don't have shit. We've literally fixated on the things that we don't have, and it puts us down a notch, and we start losing our self-confidence, and we stop looking for the blue skies. We'll find the cloud, but we stop looking for the blue sky. And that Plato's oligarchy, if you ever get a chance of being only this perspective, you're only seeing the shadows on the wall upside down. You didn't know that you were in a cave and there was a whole world out there. I'm using my hammy, bro. Hamilton went ham. He was such a scared individual. He had his long hair covering his face. He over apologized. He was weird. He wasn't brave. He wasn't strong. And he's a tall, good looking dude. And you're like, bro, you should be a fucking superhero Hollywood dude. You should be this, instead of the stuttering and miscalculating guy. There's a stronger, decisive person inside you. And that's what we encouraged out of him. We got him to go to Brazil, leave the apartment, leave the pattern. You know how many people won't leave their pattern? Do you know how many people won't leave their apartments? Because it's all that they know and it's all that they have. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there with it, where I'm just like, I want to push my limits. I want to be able to be in the driver's seat. I don't want to be a victim to my addictions. I don't want to be the guy that I'm always smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like, the guy was saying it on the show. He said, I'm going to be real with y'all. You know what I mean? He's a rapper, and he's like, I'm going to be real with y'all. Look, they're doing laps in the grass. How cool is that for their health? We need it before we wake up. As soon as we wake up, it's wake and bake. We need it before a meal, after a meal, before sex even. Weed is such a powerful narcotic. And I don't like calling it a narcotic, because then it's like NA, and then I'm in addiction mode again, and I'm sedating myself. I'm judging because I'm like, I'm not doing heroin. I don't have a needle in my arm. But at the same time, I'm the guy that would still smoke before I eat, and then still smoke after I eat, and then smoke whenever I want to. It's like before I drive, while I'm driving. It's a part of everything that I know, dude. And it's like everything that I've included in myself. And I remember talking to myself, and I said, look, dude, am I going to do this? I have fantastic memories of traveling the world. Am I going to risk these memories? Seriously, am I going to risk my intelligence to be on a narcotic? And I started smoking, and I was like, yeah, I'm not losing anything, right? I'm telling myself. It's like drinking. You're like, oh, that was a great weekend, dude. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't get a DUI. I had a great time. And we start rationalizing. Yep. I'm going to go longer than 30 minutes. Fuck it. I'm trying to make a point today. We start rationalizing it. And what's really weird is you'll let yourself out of things. You let yourself out, like, man, it's just $1, or oh, my homies are gonna be there. Oh my god, that's so cute. Look how cute this one little flower is. Wow. Life is everywhere. And while the trash can goes by, one part's the Louis Vuitton store in Helsinki, and the other guy's picking the trash outside the front of it. We are all a juxtaposition of these things. Yeah, dude, I get horny too. Halo and horns. This is mostly saints. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a halo and a horn right here. Touch my nip. That's what we are. We're this balance of things. And in she's got 2 dogs, 3 dogs. And in my world, right, I've been able to try to find the balance. I've been able to get my balance back. Like, I know if I eat too much ice cream, it's going to hurt me in the morning and at night. When you eat some spicy shit, it's coming for your butthole. You know what's going on. All of us do. And I don't know if we really are in tune. But I know there's multiple people out here. Everybody's walking, the older couple, this dude, that chick, her dogs. Like, all of us are enjoying life. And that's where it started to trigger on me yesterday. I was out on the balcony, and I'm hearing the kids play. And I talked to myself and I said, no wonder why they're happy. They haven't learned to fixate. No shit. It hit me like a fucking thunderbolt. Let me show my eyes. I was like, no shit, they're fucking happy because they're doing their life. They're outside. And I looked out. One girl was in her hoodie and staying out of the sun. And then I looked out like she's playing with her dogs. And then I looked out and the dude was playing the, what's the fucking helicopter thing, the toy thing, the real fast one. And I was watching him do his thing. But I'm like, at least he's outside. And you go, what are they doing? They're having fun. What's that noise? That's children's laughter, bro. When's the last time you laughed like a child? You know what I mean? Really let yourself laugh and enjoy your fucking life. Nope. We're all full of trauma. We're all full of hate. We're all full of judgment. No, we don't want to fucking improve our lives. We want to keep picking each other apart. What I don't have, she's so much happier. Look at Kim Kardashian getting booed by the Rams. Yeah, dude. Nobody wants to see you go out there with your weird sunglasses and your purse and your look at me moment so you could sell more Balenciaga, bro. Like, nobody's trying to fucking feel that. Look at this fucking beautiful cloud. But that's what we're doing. Talking about Hollywood celebrities instead of looking at the clouds. Kids don't do that. Kids ain't doing that. They haven't learned how to do that yet. They just know how to fucking live and how to have fun. And are they having fun? Of course, they're starting to experience pain. I mean, if someone falls, hurts themselves, scrapes their knee, that's just gonna happen. We don't want our kids to feel any pain, and we don't want us to feel any trauma. But I mean, if the trauma is unavoidable, and it is a part of life, it's the other side, right? You gotta have the B side to the A side, right? The other side of the vinyl. And if you're looking at that or playing that other record or used to do it like Ozzy Osbourne and turn it backwards and think that they were talking to the devil, right? Funny shit like that. People are funny. We look, like I said, and out in our brain, we look for things to be the way we want them to be. Yeah, dude, I just blew it with this girl, man. She was the love of my life. And I'm thinking, she hasn't called me. I don't think she really loves me, Mark. Like, she told me it was just about sex. But how many of us do that? Like, this is the perfect guy. The dude that's hitting you, you convince yourself of things. You convince yourself that it's just another ice cream, that it's just another wank, that it's just another beer. Sure, I'll have another beer. That's why I call it last call. Most people don't want to have a last call. They don't have a last call on themselves. The last time I called, last time I talked to myself, the last time I checked in, I was doing really good. I really do have friends all over the world. I told my friend, in a very emotional moment, so I'm gonna come to New Zealand before I die. My eyes are starting to hurt water, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how I keep crying on these shows. This mushrooms, my life. Usually the acid always gives me a good cry. But the knowledge the Sunday after, when I'm chilling with these kids and everybody's in this big ass beautiful open park and they're giggling and they're having a fucking good time and they're being kids and they're just exercising but playing and sports, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's what it is. That's the commercial. We want to be free. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, we want to be free and happy and loved and full of fun. Most of us, we forgot. We're like, nah, I can't go out. I can't go out today. What? Yeah, the full outside is free right now, bro. This beautiful green grass is free for everybody to enjoy and get their minds right. That's what we're out here doing. You're not just surfing. When I was in Brazil, it's like they're surfing. No, they're getting their minds right. They're talking to their psychologist right now. They're saying, hey, I need 4 hours of wave time. Give it to me without payment, with full happy. And that's what those kids were doing. They're like, I'm not in school. I'm not inside. Us as adults, oh, it's too hot out. I don't have any gas money. Gas is $5 a fucking gallon. I didn't need any gas to fucking go for a walk. I'm just putting it out there, dude. Like, I mean, if there's gas is too high, ride a bike. Air conditioning's too cold, go outside. We got so sentient. We got so stationary. We just started to sedate ourselves and just go, man, that's my part of the couch, like my homegirl said. you know, the channels that I like to watch, the shows that I like to watch. And now I got to purchase the Friends shirt because I'm a Friends person. But now I've actually given up 3 hours of my life, and I don't see it that way. When you're in addiction, you don't say, oh, I just gave up $100 for an ounce of weed. Oh, I just gave up $200 for an ounce of mushrooms. You don't see it that way. What you see is, I'm about to be happy. I'm about to fucking be pain free. I'm about to fucking celebrate with my friends. But what if I told you I'm pain free right now? Seriously. I have to go back in on this because I want to do my pull-ups, but I feel better. You know, I'm being real with people, man. I feel awesome. I feel like I've been doing the right things at the right time. To be honest with you, I've been putting in the work. If I didn't keep motivating myself to not get on my phone and go for a walk, just do that. And knowing that it's going to make me happy. Sometimes it's not enough. You know, sometimes I do have to get that bowl of ice cream. Sometimes I don't. You know, there's been a few times where I wanted to go get that late night cereal rush, you know, that hit. I'm sure it's a soda for you or a Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? We all have it because the list says so. The NASDAQ list says so. How many motherfuckers do Marlboro? I'm watching the special on Marlboro, and they did it. You know what they did? You know what Marlboro did? You know how they became the large from like the fourth? Like they were a nobody on the scene, bro. It was Paul Mall, Philip Morris, and somebody else. I can't remember. But when they were selling cigarettes in the 50s, 60s and had all that advertising, what they weren't doing, because all the stuff was coming out. Hey, it's going to be cancerous. Oh my God, look at the little flower right here too. Everything's going to be cancerous. And they knew it, but they didn't want to talk about it. And all the parents were dying. So what they sold was the lifestyle. Here's a man that's rugged. Here's a real man that does what he wants, not what the government tells him or his doctor tells him. He is free. He's a cowboy. Right now, the biggest shows on television at the time were Gunsmoke and what was the other one? I remember, was it Oklahoma? No. Kansas? No. Fuck. I remember there was a show. There was a real cool show too. So anyway, that show, Bonanza. Boom, baby, boom. Your boy say, boom, baby, boom. Got that shit. And then my friends love Boom, Baby, Boom. Shout out to Mark Goddard, who's this amazing artist from England, me Julie. And, you know, he loves that Boom, Baby, Boom. He wants a shirt too. So anybody that purchases a shirt, I make sure that I give 22% to somebody, anybody. We're using all of our funds, all of our minds to work together. It's not like you just bought something and never got it. You know, how many times have you bought an album from an artist and they never wrote you an email thanking you? You egotistical bastards. If I was in the business, I would have my fucking email in the back, like contact me, be a super fan. You know, they got super chats now. Throw this away. Dude, it's real. But we don't want to see it that way. We'd rather compare our lives to look how brave they are, look how beautiful they are. Not, I want to be beautiful, I want to be brave. You know? And I want to do the work to get there. What's it take to be brave? What did homegirl say? She said she took 2 years of acting classes, 7 years of public speaking, and now she's up in front of some college students speaking. You know, it's not like you just crawled there. We didn't just walk there. Sometimes you have an army crawl there, dude. Like, seriously, sometimes you're going to have to go deep inside and shut the fuck up for a little bit. I know I like to stare out the window more. I don't know anybody else is doing that. But, yeah. I've been staring out the window instead of my screen. I need to get that flower right there. It's helped me tremendously. Getting the phone out of my hand. Taking a shit with just my thoughts. Allowing myself to fucking stretch and not just sit in one position. That's how you know it's a drug, dude. You know it's a drug if it becomes rhythmic. Like, when I look at my ashtray after I'm done smoking weed, it's full of just tobacco and ash and just nasty. And you don't think about it while you're smoking, you're like a cigarette, flicking it out there, because you don't give a fuck. Fucking cigarette smokers are assholes. Dude, like, I used to smoke cigarettes. And it was only when I turned 30 and it became extremely addictive. And it doesn't matter that I'm destroying my Mother Earth as long as I get to feel worse. Dude, it's so weird to smoke cigarettes and feel worse and then feel compelled to do something that keeps making you feel worse. I actually have to stop smoking weed because I enjoy the thoughts in my head. I'm like, I don't want to escape this thought. I'm onto something. Looking out on that balcony yesterday, it just made me realize, I mean, you can see it in children too. You'll realize it too. Look, they're just happy to be alive, bro. Just that. Not a bill, not a monetary thing, just that. The fact that I get a walk. My poor friend Kristen, dude, it's like, I'm telling you, bro, lose your ability to walk. Lose your ability to work out. Lose your ability to talk. Any of your sensations. Any of this ability to, oh, yeah. Relationships. Dude, I've just been through the worst thing that's ever happened to me, even in South Korean prison and being homeless. But when you get that threat, especially if you've ever been homeless, like, you forget, like, it's nice that I can go back in the house and out of the sun. It's nice that I can go into the air conditioning. It's nice that I can walk. It's nice that I can eat. You get what I'm saying right now, dude? I start really calculating, dude. If you're going to be critical, you can be calculating and start calculating the blessings. I know my girl, she would say, you know, blessings over lessons or stressing. Yeah, I want to be blessed over stressed, but neither of us practiced that. She was so geared up to fight with men and stonewall them and not net loving, and because she allowed me. She's like, I gave you a chance. I'm like, I gave you a chance. Both of us are sitting there going like, I gave you a chance, dude. I gave you a chance to have another family. I gave you a chance to have another child. I gave you a chance to have another husband. And instead, she blew that too. Nothing's worse than not taking accountability, but Jesus Christ, Roger, I really don't like arguing. I really, really don't. And I really don't like people talking shit to me. I really don't like sarcasm. Motherfuckers saying some shit. Like, I just don't like it. If you got some problems, don't start none, won't be none kind of person. And then there are some people that they can't turn it off. She couldn't turn it off. I wasn't kissing her fast enough. She's like, it's so weird. I hadn't seen her for months. And when I came back, there was this old lady with me. And we were at the lounge at the other station for like 12 hours. She was sitting right next to me. And this old lady needed a ride, dude. You're not going to leave an 83-year-old lady 3 o'clock in the morning at the airport. But what I told her was, hold up. I got to kiss this woman. Like, my mindfulness moment was that moment. Her mindfulness moment was after we dropped the lady off. She hits the stop sign and she starts to want to make out with me. And I was like, oh, I was trying to take a picture. You know what I mean? I was trying to take a photo of something else. I was fixated. Look at me talking about my topic. I was fixated for an hour almost, and I will. I was fixated on the one thing, and she was on the other thing. And what was worse is her to be critical about it. You know, I didn't appreciate that she was like calling me out. You know, some of us, we got to keep some sort of, not clout, but at least some kind of brevity, some kind of kosher-ness, some kind of niceness, you know? Some people, they turned it off. The one chick, she's got Doberman pictures, so it shows me, or not Doberman pictures, German Shepherds, shows me that she's a authoritative person. You know, her clothes being immaculate, driving the Tesla, you know, control freak, right? She doesn't know that she's screaming that. You know, I didn't know I was screaming aggressive. I was just like, don't fuck with me, you know? And I was watching it the other day, and homeboy was going in there, and he was doing the interviews. I'm sure you've all seen it. I love these little shade spots. I can talk to you and stay in the shade. And he was doing these interviews, you know what the kids are doing these days at the Venice Beach or wherever. And he's going, I bet you I could beat your ass. And he said, okay. And he said, how about I grab up on you, homie, and tell you that I could shit down your fucking throat and make that little light word. But I'm going to just say that real nicely and calm the fuck down before that happens. That's me. And that's a lot of my homies, and maybe it's a Vegas thing, or maybe it's an American thing, maybe it's a macho thing, but that's me. I'll be your Huckleberry all day. I'll jump up, get Odie and come after it. Like, you need not to fuck with me. I don't play, is what he said. And that was me. I told her, I don't play. You play too much. Teasing me, calling me names, poking at me, talking shit, saying you got too many wrinkles. You know, you too grumpy. Just kept fucking with me. And little did I know that it was chipping away at me. And like anybody being critical, if they call you fat, all of a sudden it kind of, you look at yourself a little bit differently. They call you grumpy and you go, have I been grumpy? You know, like, you know, I know I did. I started to recalculate and say, is that me for reals though? Like, am I doing those sort of things? Am I making it worse sometimes, not as good as better? You know, and that's exactly what I was doing, because if I live in fear, oh shit, the water came on. So funny. If I live in fear, I'm bringing my fear game with me. Do you know that? Like people that are scared of life, like scared to interact with someone else. I said something and she just kind of froze and gave me a dirty, like, I'm like, yeah, you got a big ass dog, dude. Like, process, internalize. I'm not living in the moment. I'm feeling judged and critical. I shut down. That's what I just saw. That's what I saw. And we do it to each other. You know, you can tell when a joke lands. You can tell when someone gets you. You know what I mean? And I want to know when we can tell if we're not getting it. Does that make sense? If we can tell that obviously I'm not getting it. You know, if someone tells the joke and you don't laugh and I don't get it. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. We're not getting it. We're not getting our spiritual on. One more stop to this blue thing and we're going to grab that rock and be out of here. Colorful rock. Don't forget saying colorful rock. Not spiritual. You know, we're not connected to source. I'm going to leave you with some profound shit, but real talk right now, I need to. I did a whole hour this morning, Monday. It's that important. Listen to me now. Hear me now with the flower in my hand, right? With this flower in my hand, this is life. That sun, that light. Hold up, I'm going to call my friend back. This is real life right here, bro. On God, on everything. That sun over my shoulder is our God. This thing giving us this power plant, this nuclear fusion, free energy in the air, that is our fucking glory. And we forget all the time. Forget to go outside. We forget to stretch. We forget to exercise. Man, 20 plus years you can keep living. You know, especially if you want to keep living. When you start seeing the things that are still awesome, or you're like, dude, I do still want to eat food. I do still want to have sex. I do still want to go journey. But in my other mind, I was like, I'm never going to get laid again. I can never find love again. I just blew the biggest opportunity of my life. This is also true. I don't want to dissuade it. I wanted to learn the lesson. I didn't want to just go next. You know, I used to go, you want to get over them? You want to get over a man? The best way to get over a man is get on, the girls would say, get under a new one. And the guys, the best one's your next one. I didn't want to next this lesson. I didn't want to fast forward to someone else. I really did wallow in my emotions. I really did wallow in my thoughts. I wore them all day after day for the last 10 months, almost a full year of depression, of just not feeling like the decision went right, you know? And my best didn't show up. And that bugs the fuck out of me because I try hard every day. I do this show every day. You know, I'm on the grind. I read the books. I put in the work. And for me not to get the touchdown devastated me. All of us try to go to the Super Bowl. Only one person wins. And unfortunately, when I live in a competitive world and I live in a one-sum equation, right? Oh, my back. When we just, all I want to do is win. It didn't matter how many people I beat. I didn't work together well with people. I was okay with people not being my friends. I was okay with people just tell them to fuck off with my bad attitude. You know, no one wants to admit it, but we get bad attitudes, and our outcomes determine that. We're going to be like in a bad funk-ass mood. And that's what it's going to take to be the power of motivation, to be truly motivated. And you get to sit there inside yourself and say, I am proud of what I've accomplished, man. I remember all I wanted to do was just wear my shirt and create things. Now it's all over the place. All I wanted to do was go outside and exercise in the morning. Now I get to do that. I don't have a boss. I don't have to worry. Am I fucking fully loaded? No. I know a lot of things people that would take away from their shine, not me. I'm okay with just being my own boss. That was my dream. So as long as that is what I have, love is what I got. Man, homeless people can get girlfriends. You don't need the car. Girls, you don't need to be Kim Kardashian. You don't have to be a weirdo or an alien. You don't have to be this super freaky person. You just have to be loving and supportive. Imagine that. There's a lot of men out here that's just looking for a girl that said, baby, it'll be okay, and a couple blowjobs. So you're that close to living the life of your dreams. That's your morning motivation. On my heart from start, your boy Marky Saints Addiction. And if you got anything out of this, do like, share, and subscribe, bro. I want the comments below. People are starting to comment. It's really fucking cool. And say how you heal. Say how you heal, bro. How you heal, bro. You know, being on that kind of level and say, yo, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to fucking do in my life. I want to live it, and I want to make love to that woman. I want to say hi to her, and I'm going to bring that into my own reality. I am going to put in the work so that dream becomes a reality, and then you got Saints Addiction. On my heart from the stars, your boy Mark Saint. Peace and love, and as always, Chigatan. That means goodbye, but not forever, and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching the show. It was an hour, but hopefully you got something out of it and got the message. Peace. So blessed.